Good morning, chicks and chickens. Welcome back to not Old Man Farm. I am still Sid, as always. But we are on the island. This is our first night. It's strange. I feel like this is going to be my life very soon. Waking up in a strange house that has almost nothing in it. I'm signing for my house the day after Christmas. So, hey, you know what? This is a little practice, right? Well, anyway, what we're going to get into today is we have to go back to the mainland. I forgot to water the Zen garden yesterday because I'm terrible, but also we have to do it again today. We got to go check, see if there's any birthdays, which got 20 walnuts. But like, what's his name? What's Lightning McQueen's name? The WoW guy? Anyway, wow, I'm all over the place. So, I had a few things I wanted to talk about today. Briefly, I wanted to mention the new Percy Jackson show that is on Disney Plus. I started watching that because my kid is really into the books. He's read and or audiobooked all of them. He gets these audiobook versions from school, which now that I think about it, I really enjoy audiobooks, and most of the things that I have audiobooked, not all, but most, I already read before I audiobooked them, because, yeah, I don't know. Do you think you get the same experience out of audiobooks as you do with a paper book? I'm not sure. I've never really thought about it, but I'm now wondering how he will look at those books, later in life. I suppose he'll just think of it the same way I think of mine, my normal, my paper books, because he's never known any different, right? Audiobooks have always been around. I don't know. It's interesting, because I know for me, I think we've even talked about it, how even though I read Lord of the Rings, 3-4 times before the movie came out, I don't even remember the pictures in my head of what I thought things looked like in that world, because the movies have just supplanted anything that was in my head. And I wonder how that's going to be for him with things. I don't know. That's interesting. Let me know if you're a big audiobook listener or a paperback reader, not a paperback writer. Although, hey, you can chime in too. I'm interested. I'd like some other perspectives on that. But anyway, we started watching the Percy Jackson show. Now, I have not read the books. I have not seen the couple of movies that came out, years back. But he's really into it, and I am interested in, I think a lot of people go through. I have a passing interest in Greek mythology, mostly because I played a lot of Age of Mythology when I was a child. He's talking about these characters and the way they are in the book, and he'll talk about like Dionysus, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I'm like, I have some basis to talk about that with him, and it's interesting to hear the way they do things in the book. But anyway, we're watching the show, and with absolutely no frame of reference, I enjoy it. It's very fast-paced. This is going to be completely spoiler-free, by the way, in case you or someone listening is watching it. But it moves quickly, which I think a lot of times I don't like. I like when shows, you have how many episodes? 10, 15, 400 episodes? Let's let the work breathe, right? But I do think with something like this Percy show, and I don't know if it's because it's a kid's book, but I think it kind of benefits from having such a quick time of it. You establish what you need to establish, and you move on. You don't sit and dwell on oops, there we go. You don't sit and dwell on too much. It's get the story told, get the plot points in, move on to the greater story at large, right? And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. We're only 2 episodes in. It's the only 2 parts that are out yet. But I think it's pretty interesting thus far. It has, you can tell it pulls from a lot of different schools, you know what I mean? It has a bit of a, it's a bit of a fantasy. It's got a bit of kind of the Harry Pottery, like, school kind of thing going on, although it's not a school, but it has similar vibe, right? It has a bit of the old, what am I looking to? The old Hunger Games. Has a bit of the old Hunger Games going on. Yeah, it checks a lot of boxes. I see why the IP has done well for itself. It's interesting. And the acting thus far has been, not bad for a kid's show, I will definitely say. So, if it at all interests you, I would, at least on the merit of the first 2 episodes, I'd say check it out. You know, it's a kid's show, but I'm finding it pretty enjoyable. So, I'm actually pretty stoked to continue to get through that with him, one by one. But back here in the real world, now that we're home, yes, because Stardew is the real world. I'm not crazy. I don't spend too much time here. Oh my god, that reminds me. I guess Steam does like a year in review. News to me. I guess it's not though. Because I saw I did it in 2022 as well, but I was still drinking then. Cut me some slack. So, I guess they do a year in review. And my #1 played game was not Stardew, which I wasn't surprised by. I didn't think it would be Stardew. But I was surprised that it was Elden Ring, which I thought was kind of interesting. Because even though I do enjoy that game, and I have played quite a bit of it, I was actually a bit surprised it was #1. But not by much. I'll see if I can pull up the metrics here and show you guys. If it's not showing up here, I'm sorry. I actually didn't check into this before I started talking about it, because I honestly forgot it happened until I sort of splurted it out there. But Stardew was second. Baldur's Gate was third. But the number of sessions played for Stardew was interesting and kind of telling. I feel like it was something in the 400s or something. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I'd be interested to know if you guys have, if any of you use Steam, what yours looked like. If you want to share, I understand. Not everyone wants to share their list of Steam games. I get it. I see you. I know what you're up to. I'm not judging. But anyway, I'm gonna drop this mushroom off. Now, I would like to take a few things back to the island. One second though. Let's read this and we'll get to that. Dear Sid, I was conducting a field study the other day and I found this specimen. I hope you find it as interesting as I did. Demetrius. Thank you. We love rainbow shells. Oh, look at all the star fruit. We'll have to think what we're going to do in here. Get this all ancient fruited up. I'm not really sure. In fact, actually, I have a few ideas. My partner sent me these just amazing things people have done inside their hothouse, and I was just beyond blown away at what some of these people have done. Things I had never even thought about. So maybe that'll be our next interior design project. But that is a problem for another day. Okay. Now, I think that I'd like to get a calendar to take to the other house, and I think we should go ahead and take some of this stuff over there. Thin this place out. I mean, it is cluttered as hell in here, and I think it'd be nice to get it looking a little nicer in here. And, actually, oh, you know what? We had to go feed the rabbits real quick. I forgot. Grover. To me. Grover's a character in, Percy. Anyway, yeah, so things like a calendar, you know, take some of the just decor, like, no, we'll take the extra, yes, that's what I needed. We'll take the extra, dining room table and stuff like that, and we'll get the place looking nice. I think that's important. Here you go, bunnies. Everybody, get some food, Okay. Put these worms real quick. I say worms. They're just, generalized bait. But, so, I am recording this when I should be streaming. Because again, I'm recording this the day before, because I work this weekend, la-ti-da. So, I'm recording this when I'm supposed to be streaming, and I feel bad. Again, I do this every time I have to cancel, but I've canceled twice this week. And I can sit here and blame it on the Tetons. No, I can blame it on the house, and that is a lot to do with it. But, you know, I do still feel bad, and I am still supposedly in control of what goes on in my life and should manage my time better. But it has been, it's been a nightmare. I'm not going to get too much into it, but we do have our closing date, so we are truly, truly on the home stretch for real, for real. So, you know, wish me luck. But that being said, let's see, we'll take those. That being said, take this. It's gonna sort of clear out a lot of stuff. That being said, I realized that I truly have no room to complain about things like that. When my friend, he asked me to play some games tonight, because originally we had planned on playing some games together tonight. But it's just, you know, it's a crazy, crazy time. So he texted me and asked, you know, if I wanted to play, and I told him, I was like, you know, I'm so behind, I have so much to do, I can't. And, you know, he, being a good friend, totally understood. But then proceeded to tell me how, you know, oh yeah, his wife, he was like, you know, oh yeah, she got called in, because she's a doctor. So she got called in for some emergency surgery and blah, 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 and all this. And I'm just like, what is that life? I can't even imagine. You know, I think that my life is complicated. I think my life is, like, I don't think my life is difficult, by any means, like, or at least not in comparison. You know, I have difficulties at doing my life, but I'm not very good at lifing, so that's not saying much. But I cannot even begin to fathom the life that is being on call, to have to go participate in, and this is what I said to him, to have to go participate in what could very well be the worst night of someone's life. And knowing that you, like, actively are involved in their well-being because of it. It's something that I have never been able to really wrap my head around. And I don't think there are any doctors watching, but you know, medical professionals, not just doctors. I say doctors because I'm speaking about her, but any medical professionals, you people are baffling to me. It's unreal, and I don't know how you do what you do. And not to sound cliche, but, you know, thank you for doing what you do. You know, I've had a lot of emergency room trips in my life. I don't know if you could have guessed that, but I've had a lot of them, and they're not fun. And these people, they just do it day in, day out. And mine, you know, relatively normal compared to some things they have to see. And well, I don't think she's an ER doc. I don't know how it works for this. Like, if you get pulled in for emergency surgery, I guess a lot of that stuff is probably through the ER. I'm not sure about that. But in general, the point remains the same, that I cannot imagine what it takes mentally to deal with that as your life, to opt into that, to even get to the point of doing that. You know, the mental fortitude it has to take to even get through the schooling, and then it's just insane. It's absolutely crazy to me, and I really do have the utmost respect for people that get into it and stay in it for the reasons of helping people, because you know, not all doctors are like that, you know what I mean? And that's obviously that's not news to anyone, but you know, I can say, like, with my doctor really takes care and time to make sure that you know, I'm getting the care I need and how I need it, and actually cares about me. Will check up on me, you know what I mean? Like, unprompted, and it's a bonkers life to choose for yourself. And yeah, you're all stronger than me. I laughed. I told my friend that I'm not kidding when I say this. I quit a job because I was on call to plow, to do snow plowing. I felt like that was too much responsibility for me. And granted, at the time I was drinking a lot. This was years ago. But you know, drinking or no drinking, I don't want to be on call to have to go plow roads. Are you kidding me? That's insane. And that's plowing roads. That's nothing. You know? That's absolutely nothing by comparison to what these people do. And it's insane to me. It's absolutely insane to me. So kudos to all of you. Kudos to all of you. Whoops, no, don't eat a truffle. Oh god, that would be horrible. All right, so I think we're pretty set up. Look, we've got a lot of different we've got a lot of different furniture. We've got a few things to plant. We'll take those in. Oh, you know what? I know we have some taro root tubers down here, don't we? Where did I see those rat bastards? Ah, here they are. We'll take those with us as well. You know what? I did just remember here. We've got Grandpa's shed. I haven't been doing that at all. We'll have to look into that. See, you know, we can set aside a chest. Actually, let me check the weather and then I'll make a note of it. Beautiful sunny day and clear and sunny. Okay, one sec. Let's see here. Alright, we have make a chest for Grandpa's shed mats. We already told Alyssa, excuse me, different person. Alyssa, we're sorry, and we built our Ginger Island home. So, we're looking pretty good. But let's go ahead and go to bed for the night with our backpack full of furniture. I did forget to come here and look at this, and it was Philip's birthday, and now I feel bad because he is very nice. And what are the odds I spend the last 10 minutes talking about how ridiculous the lives of medical professionals are, and I didn't meet the birthday requirements of one of the few medical professionals in the valley. I'm the worst, and we're gonna make it up to him. Not great, but we're gonna try. But tomorrow we have a few birthdays, so we'll look into it. So that was a lot. We covered a lot of topics today. My brain is going a million miles an hour. So I hope it was entertaining, at the very least. But if not, hey, try again tomorrow, because I will be back. In the meantime, be good to each other, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good night.